Welcome back to my top 20 favorite horror movies of all time. Let's continue with number 15. A Nightmare on Elm Street. While the sequels have kind of ruined this movie for me, I still like it regardless. Even though the teen characters are dumb, Robert Englund's performance as Freddy Krueger saves the movie for me. It has its flaws, but I still think it's a great movie with spooky scenes and excellent atmosphere. Dracula. You may argue that the 1992 version is superior even though I have yet to see it, but this film is still a classic to me. Without this movie, the Universal Classic Monsters wouldn't come to be. While some people might be turned off by its slow pacing and moody atmosphere, there are those that want a good horror flick and a good time have a Universal Classic Monster marathon. And that's where Dracula comes in. Even if you think it's boring, just remember that it's a 30s movie and one of the most important horror movies to date, because horror movies wouldn't be here without Dracula. Night of the Living Dead. While it's easy to make fun of nowadays, just remember that this started the zombie craze. One of the aspects of what I love is its eeriness. The acting can be cheesy, but the cinematography and atmosphere make this film creepy at times. While the next two Romero movies are superior, this is the most important of his movies because without Night of the Living Dead, there wouldn't be any zombies. As someone said in the comments section of this movie on YouTube, you don't need a lot of money to make a great movie, just a lot of imagination. Frankenstein. This is also one of the most important horror movies of all time. Dracula may have started the Universal Classic Monsters, but Frankenstein perfected it with iconic scenes, scary atmosphere, and beautiful scenery. I love everything about it, from its writing to its settings to its story. For a 1931 movie, it aged surprisingly well. Some people, specifically my generation, might be turned off by it nowadays, but to me it's still one of the best horror movies as well as one of my favorite Universal Classic monster movies. The Wolfman. Gotta love the Universal Classic Monsters, and Wolfman is one of the reasons why I love this universe so much. Not only that, but it revived the universe. From its cinematography to its amazing performances, The Wolfman is such a creepy, creative movie, and it's my second favorite Universal Classic Monster movie of all time. And that's it for part 2. Stay tuned next week for more.